Hello again, today I'm in London, right beside Tower Bridge, on the banks of the River Thames. I'm here to check into the Tower Hotel, obviously named after the bridge. In this video, I'll share my experiences staying here, what the facilities are like, what it's like in the room, and show the breakfast options. And I'll let you know my thoughts on what it's like to stay here at the end, along with how much it cost me. First, the exterior, and by contrast to Tower Bridge, the hotel building is quite a brutalist concrete structure, more what you'd expect in the USSR than in the city centre of London. I'd say the area around here isn't too great either, lots of rubbish lying around and some dodgy people at night. Anyway, let's not judge a book by its cover and head on inside. The lobby area is certainly an interesting style, very much with a 90s feel I think, almost like a set from an old James Bond film, lots of marble. Here there's a seating area and beside it a small retail zone offering snacks and drinks including soft drinks, beer and other alcohol, even some wine to choose from. There's also a Starbucks outlet here too, which didn't seem to be open in the evenings, so maybe just a daytime thing. This is still showing as a Costa outlet on Google Maps by the way. Anyway, I'm checked in quickly to room 455 and we have an embossed wooden door key which looks pretty cool. So let's get into the lifts and up to the 4th floor to check out the room. And here I am just leaving the lift. It is a bit of a walk through a maze of corridors till I find my room. So a quick tap of the key card and we're in. Lights already are on. It's a pretty standard layout of room. You pass the bathroom first, which I'll show you around in a minute, and there's a bed, a chair with a floor lamp, and on the other side a desk and some storage space. But the first thing that hit me was the incredible heat in this room. The room heating was on max, and also there was this additional heater on full blast too. I did notice that some of these were out actually in the corridor as I walked to this room, and I don't know why this room needed to be quite so hot. Anyway, I've switched it all off now and opened the windows as we check out the wardrobe beside the entrance door. In here we have an ironing board, a clean iron, 2 coat hangers and a dodgy looking light fitting. Looks a bit ropey down at the bottom here too. In the next smaller cupboard is a safe. Its buttons didn't work that well, it's obviously been well used, and its light is broken with exposed wires at the back, which I'm sure can't be safe. Okay, so beside it is a locked connecting door and a cabinet. This has definitely seen better days. Nothing inside though. Then on the table we have a lamp and an espresso machine. Looks a bit well used too. 2 cups here and 4 pods with spoons. What's that in the bottom of there? Anyway, moving along we have a phone to reception and a large flat screen TV with remote. Underneath we have a hairdryer, a Tresemme 2200. Looks pretty clean. Nothing else in the other 2 drawers. And look how bashed this is. In here we have a kettle, some lime scale there in the bottom, 2 cups and a selection of tea and UHT milk. Another empty drawer and 3 empty shelves in here. No minibar or fridge, this was all closed up. There's a bin with some stains on the inside of it. Over here we've got 2 bottles of sparkling water with glasses. Because the room was so warm, these were actually lukewarm. There's also a room service menu here, so I'll hover a moment so you can see the prices. A chair in the corner and a floor lamp. Nice pictures on the wall. And here is the bed with 2 cabinets on each side. Nowhere to charge your phone beside the bed on either side though, so that was pretty bad. Nothing inside the cabinets. The handle was loose though. And look at the state of the skirting beside the bed. That's not been cleaned for months. Pillows, cushions and bed linen was all cleaned though. So that's the bedroom. Let's move on to the bathroom. Black marble surround here and the sink bowl is clean. No amenities here though. Tap looks a bit crusty. 2 more glasses and some hand wash on the wall. There's a towel rail which I couldn't seem to get working. Nice towels though, some tissues there in a box and the toilet with a spare toilet roll. This has taken a few knocks in its time. We've got an old fashioned shower curtain with a shower over the bath, some more soap in the dispenser on the wall and this kind of shelf thing that really needed the sealant replaced. The shower turned out to be actually pretty bad. It didn't really hold its temperature. And also the flow wasn't really that consistent either. It definitely needed modernised. And it all looked a bit old and crusty here. Really not good. And a lot of mould on the walls and ceiling. So that's the bathroom and the tour of the room. But there's one additional thing, the view. And here is Tower Bridge at night. Definitely a cool sight, but something I paid extra for with this room. I'll tell you the cost in the morning after showing you the breakfast. So I'll see you in a moment. Well, good morning. Not a great sleep, far too hot in the room, but let's head back along the corridor and we're going to go down to the upper first floor for the breakfast experience. The selection here I thought was pretty poor. There were the usual selection you'd expect from a buffet breakfast, but not a lot of choice, and the quality of the food was really disappointing. Also, the place got really crowded, noisy, and seemed like the tables were just packed in. To be fair, some tables did have okay views of the nearby marina, but the whole place has this kind of run down and dirty feel to it, and there's definitely no effort on presentation of the food. So a note on Wi-Fi. It comes as part of your room rate and it's easy to connect. Just fill in any old email address here. Don't put your actual address, you don't need to. Don't click this checkbox and then just click the access free Wi-Fi button and then accept cookies and you're on. I found it to be fast and stable throughout my stay. Anyway, back in the room and I'll give you my overall opinion, good and bad. Sure, the view is an iconic one and something the hotel plays on heavily. But the rest of the hotel I feel is just totally worn out and needs a refurbishment and definitely a deep clean. Everything was really bashed or broken and the whole place felt kinda unclean. The breakfast selection and overall experience was more like a canteen and not pleasant at all. And externally, it just looks a bit grim too. I'm really finding it hard to say anything positive about the Tower Hotel. So let's move on to the price. The Tower Hotel by Thistle, for a standard double room with bridge view and breakfast, cost me £190. This was booking directly on their website and I didn't receive any discounts or freebies to make this video. To give you an idea of the difference in price and quality, I stayed at the Holiday Inn in Gdansk recently and booked the best room in the hotel and enjoyed a spectacular breakfast, and it was more than £50 a night less to stay there. You can check out that video on my channel too and draw your own conclusions. But returning to the tower, I personally would not recommend staying here. Yes, the view is great, but you pay extra for that view and the rest of the hotel is not worth it. Other options are available, so I would not stay here again. I hope you found this review helpful, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And I'll see you on my next video somewhere else in the world. See ya!